Hello young engineers, how are you today? Today we're building a mechanical hand. It's gonna be super cool. I'm really excited to see how this turns out. We're gonna be needing loads of lollipop sticks. We're gonna be needing a bunch of cubes that hopefully you picked up from school. Cable tie, some dowels, straw, some glue as always, maybe a little bit of masking tape will help you as well. So I think let's get started without further ado. Let's see. First of all, I'm gonna get one of these dowels or and we're gonna cut it maybe just right around here. I don't have the most amazing scissors here, so maybe I'll just have to use some brute force today. Yeah, and then to make it look good, I'm gonna give it a little bit of a shape. Yeah, and that should do it. It's amazing. Now I'm gonna cut 2 pieces of my straw, just like about an inch there. Boom. And so I have 2 pieces. One came out a little bigger than the other, so I'm gonna try to do it even better this time. See if I take a little more time, I can do this more precise, and it'll be a nicer outcome at the end. So now I have 2 that are more about the same size. I'm gonna put one of my cubes with hole in the middle. Then I'm gonna put one of my straws, another of my straws, and now on the sides of those, I'm gonna have 1 cube and another cube with a hole. There we go. That looks pretty good. This cube has a hole not quite in the middle, so I'm gonna look for a better one. This one looks better. That looks really nice. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a little bit of tape in the ends to make sure that my cubes are not dancing too much. So cut a piece of tape, and let me show you. I am gonna tape it in here. That's gonna be for one side. Now a little bit for the other side. Yeah, and we just gonna roll. Roll, 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 roll. This way, my cubes are gonna stay put, and then they're gonna be dancing the night away. Okay, that's pretty good. What about this one a little bit more? Excellent. If you have excess tape like I do here at the end, you can always cut it so it looks nice and tidy. Bam, there it goes. And this is a start. It's okay if that straw looks a little bit like it doesn't look perfectly flat. That's just because of the straw, but my construction is really good. So this is the very beginning. Now I want to create a frame that is going to go, I hope you can see. I'm going to put that there. This is what I'm trying to create. Look at my frame. So I'm not going to need the full popsicle stick, you see? I'm only going to need a tiny bit. So here's where I'm going to cut it. Right there. I'm going to give it a cut so it's not too long. That's what I want. Excellent. So let me use my glue stick to just use a little bit of glue. There, and a little bit of glue here. And if before it cools on too much, just gonna start my frame. Yeah, I think that's fantastic. Then I need to glue these cubes into my frame. So let's use a little bit of glue there. A little bit of glue here. And this glue gun is smoking hot. It's smoking hot. I'm going to have to pull it down a little bit. I'm going to have it on high. And that's where my, yeah. Again, if I'm going a little too fast, of course you can pause me and then continue. My next two craft cubes are going to go at the end of my frame. One goes right here. The other one goes right there. Yeah. Let me put down the heat too low. Okay. So now I wanna cut another one of our, but this time right down the middle. Okay. I think this is the middle. Does it look like the middle to you? Maybe a little there. Yeah. I have two parts now, and they are gonna be sticking out on an angle. 45-degree angle. So let me give it a little bit of glue. And let's stick it down there on a 45-degree angle. Be careful of the glue, please. Yeah, that one looks good. Now, another one. Make sure your angle is good. That they both have a similar angle up, okay? That they both look, that they're in the similar angle. It's very important. Now, we're gonna do the actual grabber, okay? So we are gonna need two more of these, and one is gonna go, a little piece of glue there, one is gonna go underneath, like so, and the other one's gonna go like that. This goes on top, and we're gonna have, so we're gonna need two more craft cubes, and this is gonna be like this, okay? So let me glue them up. Again, if I'm going a little too fast, just slow me down, it's no problem. First, I'm gonna glue the middle one, which is the trickier one. Okay, I'm gonna lift from the middle, set my glue down. So my glue gun down, and we're going to put it right there. Yeah, make sure this is not underneath the frame, okay? Because if not, it's going to hit. Okay, so now let's do our other two. One goes in the very end here. And for this, it doesn't matter if your craft cube has a hole or not. And then another craft cube right here. Remember, this is a mechanical grabbing hand. You're going to action it, and it's going to respond mechanically. It's going to use your power to action the grabber. Now, I'm going to glue the top so we can get some solidity there. Whew, a lot of glue came for that one. This one's just fine. And here we go. That looks really good. So now I'm gonna break up another one so I can make the claws of the mechanical hand. Okay, so I'm gonna cut it right down the middle again. I think this is maybe the middle right there. and I'm gonna give my mechanical hand a little bit of a claw so that it can catch whatever it is that I'm trying to grab. A little bit of glue, and it goes up the side also on a 45 degree angle, approximately. Okay, this is a little low actually. Let me lift it a bit. There, that looks good. Now the other one, same, a little bit of glue. And let me try to judge 45 degree angle once again. There, so they're both in the same angle and hopefully also in the same height. What do you think so far? This is gonna move and it's gonna grab. So now we can try it a little bit, see? Ah, that looks good, doesn't it? That's the different angle of it. Now I'm gonna extend the grabber, okay? So this is gonna go like this. When he grabs, now I wanna extend the grabber so that I can manipulate him all the way from the back here. So to do that, I'm just gonna add more popsicle sticks and more craft cubes, like so. Okay, so we're gonna put 3 more total. Okay, so let's get started. First, let's put some glue and then glue it down there. First popsicle stick is going to go glued to the single one. Okay, see how it's the single one? I turn it around. Make sure it's nice and firm. That feels pretty good. Now, so you can see this is what we built before. I'm just extending the single tooth. The single tooth, I want to extend the hand. So I've laid it down and I've placed the first one over there. Now second one is going to come right here, and then on top I'm going to give it support so that it doesn't fall. Okay, so I'm going to glue this one now right over there. Put a little bit of glue on my craft cube and stick it on. Beautiful. Now I'm going to do this one quickly so that one doesn't fall. A little bit of glue here. Get the shakes a little bit, and then another bit right there. And I'm going to glue it on. I'm going to hold it below to give it a little bit of support right there. See, it's going. Now I want to extend it some more even. So I have this one, yeah, 2. Let's give it a little more extension. Same thing, I'm gonna glue the next one underneath to extend the hand. Don't let it fall. I'm gonna give it a little support for a little bit. Maybe put this one there so it doesn't crack. Looks good. Now, one more craft cube at the end here. Yeah, and I'm gonna put one more lollipop stick on the top. Okay, starting to weigh a little bit. And a little more glue in both sides. And here we go. Twist it. Hopefully it sticks nice and good. It's awesome. And does it go for one more? 2, 3. No, that should be it. That looks super good. I think that we're going to end it right here. So now what we are going to do is give it a little bit of a handle here. So for that, first I'm going to put this just to make it rest. For that I'm going to cut another one of my popsicle sticks down the middle. Yeah. And now this one is going to go like so, straight down. Okay. So let me put a little bit of glue on the end here. And it's going to go glued on the side of my craft cube, straight down, 90-degree angle. I have another one. Let's put some glue on it. Feels like enough. And now, also 90-degree angle. That looks quite good actually. So much easier doing it with a hot glue gun than when we used to do it with the super glue. Now you had one piece left from the beginning. We used only a 1/2. So this is a time where you can use this one. We are gonna put it. Let me show you. These are grabbing hand. These are claws. Yeah, we're working on the end. So where we want this one here, we want it coming out through the side right there. Okay, remember how we just did this one's that point down? Now we want this one going sideways, because that's where we're gonna have our handle. Okay, this is gonna be part of our handle. So just a little bit of glue, and we're gonna put it sideways right there. Okay, it's looking really good so far. Now it's the tricky stuff. Okay, we are gonna grab our skewers. Okay, and we are gonna grab our tooth part of the jaws of the mouth of this one that has two. Yeah, you see this one right there. Yeah, this one right here is the one that's gonna have the skewer taped to it. Okay, so I'm going to grab a little bit of tape. Doesn't have to be too much. Tape it to the end of my skewer, and then that is going to go taped right at the top here. And that handle I showed you before. Try to tape it quite solidly in. So first it's going to go one side there, all around. That looks pretty good. So now my dowel unfortunately has come a little bit skewed to one side. I want to repair this now rather than later. I want it to stick straight to me. So that's better there. I'm making it straight. It was coming sideways before. This looks better now. Nice and straight. Okay, so from the top of the bar, it's going to be taped. Okay, this is what's going to action my claw of my mechanical hand. Now, might not need another one. Let me see how it catches. Yeah, and now I need to. Now what we do, and this is a tricky part. You may need to make it a little bit longer, or you may not. Maybe I'm going to give it a little bit more length, because see how it's too short. This is my grabber. It's a little too short, the skewer. I want it to reach all the way down. So I'm going to add the other part that I cut before. Remember I cut part of my skewer to use it here. Now I'm going to use it to make this longer so that when it's open, it can reach me like that. Okay, so I'm going to tape this in. I'm going to get some tape. I'm going to put it in the middle. Yeah, first I'm going to cut the tape. There we go. Now we're going to put it in the middle, and the end of the other one's going in the other middle, and we're going to tape it together nice and tight. Okay, we can wrap around this. Actually, this is not going to be too solid enough. Let me do this part again. Let's start with this step all over again. I'm going to take it away. It's not working so well. Okay, let's take this. We can do this better, so it's more solid. If when we tape it, they are like this together, so it'll be a bit stronger, yeah? Okay, so the way we're going to do it is we're going to put the two skewers together, and then we're going to tape over both of them at the same time. Just like so. They're both together. Now we can tape over nice and tight. And now we have a longer stick. Okay, this is what's going to transfer our power from one side to another. Yeah, so again, those are the teeth of my mechanical hand. This is my action lever. And now is where the fun starts. I forgot to mention that we need some rubber bands. I have a few right here. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to use a hitch knot. So the way we want to do it is we want to tie this center to the legs here. Okay, so we are going to go, the straw is going to go on top like that, and then you're going to reach in with your finger and try to pull the end, yeah, just like that. Let me do it again. It's going to be resting, your rubber band's resting there. You're going to take your finger, put it through, pull the end and get it under the other one. Yeah? Hope you could see that. If you need to repeat it. And then we're going to put it, stretch it a little bit as much as we can. And then you're going to fit it underneath one of your claws without breaking it, hopefully. Okay, so there it is. Okay, now we're going to do the same with the other side, and hopefully you'll see it again. Okay, I'm going to show you a different angle. You have the rubber band resting over your lollipop. You're going to pull the end and then fit it through the other side. Okay, you can pull it so it's nice and long. And now, pull it a bit more. Now you're going to fit it under your claw without breaking it. So this is what we got. We got them both there. We got the rubber bands holding each one of our claws. Okay. To make them stay down, you could try to tie them down there. See if that helps a little bit. Yeah, and down without breaking your foam mechanism. Let's leave it there for the time being. We have two rubber bands each in one side, and we're getting very close now. Now we're gonna create our actioning device, which is gonna be, we're gonna need another craft cube with a hole. We're gonna fit it through, but we want it to stay nice and tight. See how it's moving there? We don't want this dance to go on. So we're gonna put a little bit of tape here so that this doesn't dance so much, so it doesn't have so much movement. We're gonna create a little bit of friction for it. I don't think we're gonna need too much tape. For this, we're just gonna need a little bit of tape. So I'm gonna start it there and then twist, 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 twist. Hopefully this is good enough. If we need more, we'll put more. But let's try with just a little bit at first. Okay, so now we can fit it in. And as you can see, it's a lot tighter already. If it came out to be too tight, you can take out that tape and do it again. Okay, so now it's looking like so. We just need our, okay, so it's fit really well. Now we are gonna grab another popsicle stick and we are gonna cut it down the middle. We're gonna use both cuts this time for our trigger. This one broke a little bit, but I don't think it matters because it's going to be glued in anyways. We're going to glue at 90 degrees, 45 degrees, sorry, 90 straight down. So it's pointing straight down. We're going to use a little bit of glue for this again. Just glue it a bit. And right there, that's the first one. I'm gonna make it rest there so it doesn't break. And now the second one. Here's my piece of popsicle stick. I put a little glue on it. And it goes on the other side. So this is gonna be my trigger. Okay, now to make it stronger, I'm gonna fit another one of my craft cubes just in the middle there. Okay, this is going to be a tricky part. I'm going to have to do it quick, but without gluing myself. A little bit of glue here, a little bit of glue there. And now let's fit it in the middle and press it together. Okay, so now it's nice and tight. And that's going to be my trigger. But now we don't want this dancing all over the place. We want it to stay sort of static there a little bit. Okay, these are my claws up there. So now what I want is I'm going to grab one of my cable ties. Yes, and I'm going to loosely, don't pull it too hard, but I'm going to put it around the lower bar of popsicles and my skewer mechanism. That's where I'm going to put this cable tie. It's a little bit fragile, so be careful. I'm going to rest it there. I'm going to put it through the lower popsicle bar, yeah, before this, just before that craft cube, and around this one here. Okay, so now, remember, don't tie it too hard. It's just to loosely hold it. So I'm not going to cut it yet. I think that's going to be good there. So see how it loosely holds? And when I pull, it actions it. See? Okay, so now that I see that it's working well, I can cut the rest of this tie. Yeah, I like it, so I'm going to cut it off so that I can show you properly. Oh! Hurt my finger a little bit. There, I'm back. Okay, so now I can use my mechanical. See, the rubber bands have a little bit. If you want it a little stronger, make sure the rubber band's going all the way underneath, like so, and you'll have a stronger mechanical hand. Man, yeah, this is working really good. So I can grab things now. I can bite you. Let's see if I can hold something. That's gonna be too heavy. There's a little ball. Of course, we all need a little bit of toilet paper. So let's see if it's strong enough to grab it. I doubt it, but here we go. Grab on, hand, there, and lift. Ooh, almost got it. It does work. It does work. It's just not strong enough to lift the toilet paper. It's too heavy. Someone needs to use it a little bit so we can have only the thing left, and then we would grab it. I hope you enjoy this. It's a mechanical grabbing hand. So go on and try to grab some fruit, a little ball, something. It's amazing. Bye-bye. See you next week.